So hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is going to be episode 2 in terms of the series that we're working with right now. So that's weird gaming PC companies. And today we're taking a look at a company called Velocity Micro. Now, I never really heard of this company before, and we'll probably get into that reasoning here in a little bit. So if you take a look at just their front page, they're boasting a lot of stuff with their workstations. They got professional workstations or gaming PCs. Now, mainly we're going to be taking a look at gaming PCs. But this is kind of where the weirdness comes in, and we'll talk about this here in a second. So if we hit the gaming PC tab, right, we've got about 4 different ones that you can pick, and really the only difference between all of these is the chassis and the form factor. So this is going to be like a mini ITX one, and then you're going to be scaling up as you go in a higher price point. Now, all of these cases are custom except for this one. This is actually a Lian Li case. They just have taken off the little brand tag that usually go down here that said Lian Li. At least I think it was down there. It might have been somewhere else in the case, but it was a Lian Li case. But they just have rebranded it for their own. I think that's what a lot of other companies do. But I've never seen these cases before, and I'm assuming that these are custom to this particular computer manufacturer. So as you can probably already tell from looking at these prices, the systems are already really pricey, right? You're really not getting any budget-oriented gaming PCs. These are for more high-end customers. And I probably wouldn't suggest them for most people who are going to be buying a gaming PC, just strictly looking at value. So this is their lowest end PC, and we'll hit the little configure tab. You're really not getting a whole lot for a $1,300 gaming PC. So you're getting a Core i3, which is like a $100 processor with a GTX 1650 Super, which for about right now I think is $180 to maybe $200 depending on which model you get. Now you also have one 8GB stick of RAM. You're probably just getting the standard cooling, I think, at least. Yeah, so Intel certified high performance heatsink. It's probably just the standard heatsink that these things come with, might be rebranded or something like that. And then you're also getting a pretty nice motherboard, and then I guess you're also getting an okay power supply. Now these guys are almost bringing me back deja vu in terms of digital storms and their pricing, right? So these guys are charging a lot for this PC, but I kind of want to talk about that for a second. I don't think it's completely unreasonable for their consumer base. I definitely don't think the average person should be coming here and buying a gaming PC. It's just not good value. There are many other sites like VRLA Tech or like iBuyPower or CyberPower. Like if you go to Best Buy and buy one of those gaming PCs, usually they're pretty good value. But in terms of these, this is their lowest end one, and it doesn't get better as you go up, right? As you can probably tell from the entire site aesthetic and what they're really marketing is going for is really just for quality. So these cases aren't cheap. They're using high-end motherboards. They're using gold-rated power supplies. Like, they're really going for a premium system, but not really going for the best specs. So this brings me kind of back to the workstation part of this, right? So if you've ever been in the workstation market, right, you've ever been looking for a workstation PC, you're mainly looking for something that's reliable. A lot of the times, things like CAD, a lot of times, maybe even video editing, isn't insanely intensive on the system like something like gaming is. Gaming, you're pretty much always maxing out the GPU. Unless you're doing something like I don't know, like AI learning or something like that, your GPU really isn't going to be stressed too much in workstation scenarios. Especially when you're 3D modeling, you can get by with pretty low-end Quadro graphics cards, just because that's kind of how those modeling systems are supposed to work out. Same thing with basic rendering. You can probably, if you wanted to, render a video on a lower-end system, maybe an 8-core processor should be fine. And so let's take a look at another one of their gaming PCs. So this is their highest-end one with all of their base components, right? So this is actually a Threadripper system, and this actually has their lowest end processor in it, which is the 3960X. And again, this system is really expensive for what you're getting, because again, you are still just getting a GTX 1650 Super. So this isn't for gamers, but I think this is really just for someone who's looking to do more professional work with a gaming PC. Even though that they label these things as a gaming PC, I probably wouldn't call them that. I would probably consider them more as a workstation PC with gaming hardware. And there really isn't a whole lot of difference between a workstation and a gaming PC in terms of how the processors work. A CPU is going to perform like a CPU really no matter in what task you use it for, whether that be using a AMD Threadripper or an AMD EPYC CPU. They are built a little differently for different scenarios, but most of the time they're going to perform around the same. And so honestly, I don't think this company is terrible, but I think it's weird that they're offering gaming PCs when really their market is for workstations. I really don't see a whole lot of people who are going to be going out and buying one of Velocity Micro's PC with the strict intention of going and buying a gaming PC. So yeah, they're definitely weird and they're definitely overpriced, I guess, if you're looking at it in the context of going for a gaming PC. But if you're a content creator who might be using really high resolution footage, so maybe something like 12K footage, it maybe might warrant something like one of these PCs if you're really not looking to build one your own. Now, I'm sure these guys' warranty service, I'm sure these guys' support service is great. I almost assure you that if these guys are selling workstations and servers, if you're going to be in this industry selling workstations and servers, you have to have good customer support. Because you're selling to large businesses, right? And if something goes wrong, you're the first one that they call and you've got to solve that issue. So reliability and customer service are two things that you have to put forward when you're a workstation and a server company firsthand. And this is one of the reasons why I like VRLA Tech so much. I know this is a little bit off topic, but VRLA Tech was at first a workstation and a server company, and then they started gaming PCs. And their gaming PCs are really good for the price. So this is really why I recommend them a lot. They have the backing of a workstation company, right? They're basically the same internal company. They sell workstations and they sell servers. So that already gives them a lot of credibility in terms of the quality of their products. But when they're actually offering really good value gaming PCs, that's why I recommend them a lot. They beat out a lot of other companies in terms of the value for the performance that you are getting. So honestly, until these guys really consider going into the gaming PC market, I really don't think I would probably go with them if you're buying a gaming PC. I know they do also sell gaming laptops, but again, those are probably on par with a lot of these other companies that are going through. Now, it's definitely been an interesting company to take a look at. I really like kind of how their whole entire thing is set up. They're really more of a workstation company than anything. They sell gaming PCs, but really for the intention of someone buying it to use as a workstation. So in summary, I guess, don't buy one of their gaming PCs if you're looking to strictly game, but if you're looking for a pre-built with all that certifications and stuff like that, and you're looking to actually do some intensive work in terms of the workstation workload, so CAD, video editing, if you're doing any sort of AI training or stuff like that, these guys might be a good consideration. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys like the series. If you guys did up enjoying the video, please hit that like button, and if you guys want to watch more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.